Alrighty, you guys. Thanks for joining on tonight, my live. It's Thursday, March 16th. I hope you had a great day. I have a new setup today, so I'm not sure how it'll go, but my husband put a new light in my craft room, and it provides a space for me, easier space for me to film and do my live. So I'm going to try it out, and I just didn't notice, but my cat's in here, so you might hear Fuzzy go meow meow because she loves to do that when she hears me talking. All right, the cards in front of you are my March Card Club. I'm going to be making two of these tonight. I'll be making this one here, You Are What Sunshine Feels Like. And the other one here is Let the Fun Begin. Now, I just remembered that I don't have the dragonflies on my desk here, so hold on just a second. Oh, I don't even know where I have them. I saw them earlier today. I might not use them, but oh darn, they're so cute. Well, I know they're in a little container somewhere, but I'm gonna have to pass on the dragon. Oh boy, they're part of the deal here, right? Let me just take one more second to figure out if they're on my desk here or my table. So I just gotta move a few pieces of paper, and while I'm doing that, you can chat in the chat box with anybody that's watching, or you can get a beverage and get ready to go. I think I might need a beverage. Alrighty. Well, I don't know where they are. That's a bummer. I only had a few left, so maybe I stashed them somewhere. Well, I can always take some off these cards. So I might do that before we begin. But all right, so my card club here, it's every month. It's a recurring subscription. I always like to come on YouTube live and talk about it. Also, and show you what I will be sending out towards the end of March. I always show my customers and my current people that are registered what they will be making, and a lot of times I will make them on a live here too. I also send a step-by-step video instruction to them with some special links, so they'll have a link to every one of these cards here and also an introduction as to what is in their package. So that is every month. Now, if you are watching and you are coming to my retreat, and you might want to close your eyes because I'm going to show you one of the classes that we'll be making. It'll be on, this is our first day, so March 25th. I am using, oh gosh, Lighting the Way bundle. So what Lighting the Way bundle is, and I made a template for this because it's so much easier for me to show. So let me just get this out of the way here, and we'll bring in this template here. All right, just make sure you can see that very good. Okay, so when I have a new bundle in my craft room, I always like to work with it and then create a template here. So as you can see, I've got all of the die cuts here. These are stamped, 3 stamped images, a small, medium, and large lightning bug or firefly, wherever you live. I call them lightning bugs here in Vermont, but you might call them fireflies. And here's some die cuts, just you can straight die cut them too. And I die cut those in Blackberry Bliss just because you can see them. Let me just scan in a little bit more here. Okay. And then you have some stamped foliage here, which you can just stamp on some white, or you can stamp and then die cut them. And here's the famous lantern. Lots of people are using the lantern. You can use it as a standalone, or you can use it with some, perhaps I like to use the white cardstock underneath it. And then there's a stamp here that has that little round circle, and I use it for the lantern, and also I use it for the larger lightning bug up here too. So, and over here, I kind of created a bee, I think, and not a lightning bug. After I looked at it and posted this on social media, I was like, I don't think that looks like a lightning bug, but you can figure it out on your own. So anyway, we're going to be working with this one for March 25th. So again, if you're watching right now and you're coming to my retreat and you want to see the cards, well, go ahead. You can say or close your eyes and I'll let you know when we're done. Okay, so here's a stamp set. It's a cling stamp set, and there's 14 stamps in this thing. Oh no, actually photopolymer. So you can see I have used every single stamp, and for the very first time ever, I'm very upfront with you guys, I ripped my photopolymer stamp. So I know Stampin' Up! Will replace that, but I just haven't had a chance to give them a call. I'm going to actually send them an email with a picture, so then they'll shoot me out one of these new stamp sets for free, because they're such an awesome company, and they do stand behind their products. And it's the first time I used it, so I'm not really sure what I did wrong. But anyway, I'll email them tonight. Again, I used every single stamp set for March Retreat. And it's got some really nice dies as well. let me just show you. I really love the lantern die because it is so sturdy and thick versus like some of our finer dies, which is here's the lady, or not the ladybug, the lightning bug body. I mean, it's pretty heavy, but this is wicked solid and it cuts so nice, like honest to God. I haven't tried 2 sheets of cardstock at the same time, but this is just one cut through. Beautiful. My cat wants to go out, so if I don't let her out, she's gonna get mad. Hold on just a second. Okay, you're banned from my craft room. There. She's banned. Okay, so that is the Lighting the Way bundle. It's $48.50. So the cards that we will be making for retreat, let me just get that out of the way. I created 4 cards and we'll be making 8 of them. And I did non-traditional and traditional cards using the lantern and not. Because maybe you don't like the lantern and you want to make more of a traditional card. We're going to be using the Fancy Flora Designer Series paper. My attendees will receive a full pack, and they'll also receive a full pack of the embellishments and some pool party ribbon. Hopefully this doesn't go in back order. I need to order everything tonight. And this one has fresh freesia as the card base. I love this. This is a sunflower dies. Do you remember that one? Like, this is one of my favorite stamp sets. And then I made the lightning bug with gorgeous grape, fresh freesia, and daffodil delight. And I added some Winka Stella on the lightning bug. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. But I thought it was super cool. And I made this little cute bow. I didn't make that by hand. I have a bow maker. And then on the inside, it's very, very simple. Adding a strip of your designer series paper really goes a long way. So that would be card number 1. Every one is stamped with the sentiment hello. And that comes from the Artistically Inked stamp set. So I'm coordinating a couple stamp sets because in the Lighting the Way, we only have 3. Thanks for lighting the way. You are all kinds of wonderful. Follow your dreams. Now that is great. I love those, but some people just want standard birthdays or hellos, thinking of you. So I decided to bring in another stamp set. So that's card number 1 for my retreat. Now we'll go on to the lantern here. Starry Night is the kind of like show, like, I don't know. It's the focal point here of that lantern. Behind it, I just punched out a 1-inch circle with our circle punch. Did you guys know our circle punches are coming back? How exciting is that? Because you guys know I'm a punch girl rather than die cuts. But I am so excited about that. And I know my craft fair vendors and people that follow me for craft fairs will like that as well. Again, we used Orchid Oasis. Oh, see what I did on the inside? I stamped and die cut all three flowers, lightning bugs. There's 3 different sizes, and then I die cut them, and I didn't want to put too much on the front, so I chose the bigger one, and I put the other 2 on the inside using mini Stampin' Dimensionals. But this is a piece of Pool Party, and it's embossed with the gingham embossing folder. So that one's really fun. I love the font in this one. I don't know what it is called, but it's super fabulous. The only thing I did wrong with this card was, it's not wrong, but next time I would add the Wink of Stella to the light in the lantern. That way it will give it a little bit of sparkle. All of the envelopes have the envelope flap covered with a fancy flora, and I chose hello for every single front of the envelope. So that's card number 2. All right, number 3 is, we'll go back to the non-traditional card using the Lighting the Way. Now, you guys, I stamped. Usually I use designer series paper, right, for my whole fronts. I mean, look. But this one, I wanted to really make it different. And I love how it turned out. We're just using a 1-inch strip of the Fancy Flora. And I used the Tag Punch. I don't remember exactly the name of it. And we stamped 2 Blackberry Bliss lightning bugs. And then you can see those are the bigger like lightning type of thing, the shine that they give off in the middle of the night. I love this kind of like splatter lightning bug. There's little lightning bugs in here, but that's kind of fun. I probably would reduce the size of this one and use the smaller circle next time. And then here is the lightning bug, and it's in copper foil with Blackberry Bliss and a hint of that Daffodil Delight. This is a 3-piece die set that is super easy to die cut and put together. So make sure you check out the Lighting the Way bundle. I think you will really like it. All right, next up is our last one. We're going back to the traditional lantern. And this is a very simple happy birthday that comes from the Artistically Inked. And so we've got a piece of the DSP under here, Fancy Flora, some soft suede that goes with the paper. And then another piece of the floral, which is 3x4, so your easy cut there. Added a nice little Pool Party bow there. I tried to string it up with the Pool Party ribbon, and the first attempt when I tied it, it broke off the little circle here, the circle handle. So I decided to add a bow on this one here. You don't have to, but I did. I thought it looked a little naked at the top, so we added that. This is a 1 3/8 circle punch. Again, circle punch, right? And it's Daffodil Delight, and I stamped the big circle with Daffodil Delight. Now, the easiest thing when you create something underneath it, to know where the center is on any of the stamped images or the circle, I just used a pen. I basically put the die cut onto the paper, and then I took a little pen, sorry, and I just took it and I added a little dot like right underneath here. That way I knew where the where I should stamp that circle. Okay, and I got it a little off, but that's how I kind of work with that, like the lightning, not the lightning, but the flame. Okay, the light of the lantern. On the inside here is just another strip of paper. You certainly can stamp whatever you wanted on it. And then here's the envelope flap, and then the hello. So I used this paper in last month's card club. Recipients received a half a pack just because I wanted to give them a little bit more in supplies. So retreat people will have a full pack of this beautiful paper. Okay, so that is my retreat cards, and this is going to be day 1. I am going to be using the Milkshake bundle next, and I'll showcase those cards another time. All right, so we are going to start. Let me grab my cards here that we'll be making tonight. By the way, this is a kit. It's in the kits collection, and it's a magnetic board, and it's super cool. I love these clips here because they have the little magnets on the back. I'm going to buy 2 more of these for myself because I am a visual. Oops, geez, I forgot to zoom back out. I'm a visual person, so I need to see my cards on my wall, and I really didn't have a great space for it. So I took a bunch of stuff off my wall. Debbie will be very happy with me on that one. And it's all in a pile right now. I just need to make it a little bit better organized. I'm going to buy 2 more of these. That way I know, you guys know I have multiple classes going on all the time. So I just love to see what I'm using. But these are a kit, and it comes, it's $25, so it's not a bad deal. And I received 25% off that because I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So if you're interested in receiving a discount of starting off at 20%, let me know. You can reach out to me at Karen at inspiredbygraham.com. So we're going to take this one off here, and then we're also going to take this one here. I am going to take just a second to take, if you're coming on late, I can't find my dragonflies. So I'm going to just take them off this one here very carefully. Actually, I should have done it on the other ones. So let me fix that. I'm going to take it off these because we're going to be making these. And at the end of my videos, I really like to show all the cards once again. So I'm just taking my Take Your Pick tool to take those off. I'm going to set those aside so I don't lose them. Now, have you worked with these dragonflies? There is silver, but you know what? I mix and match silver and gold all the time. So I think it's okay to do that. All right, let me take these clips off here and we'll get started. If you have any questions, you can add them in the comment section. I will look after I complete the first card, and then I'll go back and look at the second one. See if there's any other comments. Okay, so you might want to know where the stamp set is. And I did bring out my mini catalog for you. It is on page, and I know you're not going to be able to see all this. Maybe you can. Page 42 and 43 of the mini catalog. And I know it's on back order. There's so many bundles on back order right now. But if you can be patient towards the end of the month, a lot of them are going to be coming back in stock. So you just have to kind of keep logging on and checking it out. But that is where this bundle is found. Okay, so I'm going to make the one with vellum first. So here we are. This is the one we're going to be making. I'm going to be using my mini cut and emboss to die cut this out because I couldn't do that ahead of time. I didn't want to do that ahead of time. All right, I wanted to show you how nicely this stamps. It's a distinctive stamp, and it is beautiful, especially in the soft succulent I found. Okay, so I'm going to take my bone folder. This is a piece of petal pink, and it's cut 5 1/2 across by 8 1/2 tall, and I've got it scored at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to rescore it with my kind of dirty bone folder here, just so that it will lay flat. So that's the size of that one. I've got crushed curry, which is 5 1/8 by 3 1/8. And then I have a piece of the paper, which I didn't even show you the paper. I had that all out. Hold on. Oh, I don't know where. It's like with my other ones. And it's gonna, oh wait, here it is, darn it. I didn't show you my template that I made with this one. Okay, here's the other template I just made this week using the Desert Details bundle. So you can see, I would suggest you doing this if you especially have a hard time designing, which I do. You guys don't know how long it takes me to design a card. I think I have a little bit of OCD. I'm not really sure, but I now have started to do making the templates, and I just put the sentiments on a die cut. These die cuts don't come with it, so just so that they will look a little bit nicer. This is an image, that flower that is actually stamped and die cut, and same with the little one here. These are stamped. These are stamps in Cajun Craze, and this is a die cut that goes all the way around there, and I used that in one of the cards. So that's my template. The paper real quick, and I have used a bunch of this, so you're not going to see the whole sheet. This piece here, just imagine it's a mountain scene. I call it a mountain scene. It's really pretty. It's a great scrapbooking paper or page. And on the back side, it's got these, I don't want to call them ocean waves in a way. That's the soft succulent. And this one is really nice too. It's all Cajun Craze. And then on the back side here, we have some gray granite. So kind of a southwestern feel to the paper and the stamp set along as well. Now this is a little too dizzy, makes me too dizzy, so I'm not using that pattern. And I'm not using that one either. That's pale papaya and crushed curry. That's just like too much for me. This one isn't bad. I'm using it in a small like rectangle I found. It's got a mix of crushed curry and petal pink, some white in the gray. And on the back side, I like this one. I'm using this one as well in Card Club. And here you've got some pale papaya dots. And on the back side, you've got the soft succulent. And I'm using this one too. I think I already showed you that one. Yeah, I already showed you that one, I think. Oh yeah, here it is. Here's that scrapbook paper. Okay, isn't that really cool? You can make a lot of things with this, especially if you're a hiker like I am. Okay, I got off a little topic right there. So let's go back to the card. I did want you to see the paper. It's lovely. Okay, so again, we've got crushed curry, which is 3 7/8. No, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then we're going to mat it with the paper at 5 by 3 3/4. And that's the back side of the paper here. I'm going to use liquid glue, although I started using the Seal Plus over the seal, and I really like that. I just started doing that this week. And it works really nicely. I know it's a little bit more money, but it's the way it comes out of the adhesive holder is like magical. All right, so we've got just a very thin layer of the Cajun Craze showing. Now this is popped up on dimensionals, and of course I'm at my new station and I don't have hardly anything here. Oh, but it's going to give me an opportunity to get my Seal Plus. Okay, so we're going to pop this one up with some dimensionals. I like doing that with a lot of my panels here. It gives you some nice height, and like the paper doesn't get lost on the card base. So I've got 5 on here. I like to put them on all 4 corners and in the middle so it doesn't buckle. And then I'm just going to use my Take Your Pick tool to take off the backings here. Okay. Next step is to add it to the petal pink. Now, before you add it, you want to make sure that you like the design going the way it is. For me, I don't like this, so I'm going to turn it around so I have this deeper shade of Cajun Craze at the top. And then it's going to just get simply put down on the card front. And it's a horizontal opening here. And then the next step was, let me stamp and then I'll show you kind of my dilemma. So I've just got some white here. That is our basic white. The stamp is this one fits perfectly on a D block. And again, it's distinctive. I've got my Cajun Craze ink. I haven't used Cajun Craze in such a long time. Okay, so we'll just stamp this down here. And look at that. Can you see that? It's beautiful. And then the other thing we need to die cut is the Let the Fun Begin. And I'm just going to stamp that right over here. Okay. Now let's close this up so Karen, oh actually no, let's stamp the back side of the card. I always tell you to stamp the back side of the card. So I use the limited edition stamp set because I do sell my cards, and it has the copyright logo on it with a Stampin' Up. And I'm using Made with Love copyright Stampin' Up. There's a variety of different stamps in that stamp set, and it is again called limited edition. Now I'm going to trim this down because we're using the mini cut and emboss, and it'll be a little bit easier to do so. Hopefully I just didn't cut that too short. All right, so let's bring in the mini cut and emboss machine. I love it. It's on my desk here. It's over on the corner, just grabbed it. And we will be working with plate number 1. And then we will be using plate number 2. And then this is where we want to put our stamped images down, and then we'll put the other number 2 on. So let me grab my die. I love having my dies in my stamping case because I know they go together. So that one is from the die set. I'm also using the, what's it called? What's it called, Karen? Let me think. Seasonal. Oh gosh. Seasonal. I'm a hot mess tonight here. Okay, I got them. The seasonal labels dies. Now, these aren't available anymore, but I still have them. So that tells me, guess what? They're probably not going to have these available in the annual catalog. As a demonstrator, I get to order in April. So I'm excited about that, as customers will have to wait until May to order. Okay, I don't have my washi tape. There's no magnet that goes with this. So I'm going to do these one at a time because I want this to turn out great. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And I'm just put that very carefully on there. All right, and then I'm just gonna crank that through. It's really tight, by the way. Okay, let's see how well, oh, I didn't die cut too great, but I did. I might stamp that one over because that one was really awful. Hold on just a second. Let's see. I want to try one more time. So I'm just going to stamp that on there while that is drying because I don't want to die cut that when it's wet. So let me just die cut the sentiment label and see how well I do with that one. I do have extras of these already cut, so if I make a mistake, I've got some extras off to the side. Okay, looks like I need to push this over just a little bit more. Then we'll put our number 2 on. As you can see, I need some new plates, but these are still working. Oh, I think I just moved that. These are still working really nicely for me, so oops. Come on. Well, gotta use my... Okay, let me try that again. There we go. Jeez, super tight. Let's see what we got. Hey, that's not too bad. So let's give this one a shot. Again, I'm using plate number 1 and number 2. And then we'll put the paper right on here. And then we'll get the die. It's right in front of me, you guys. There it is. Now, the easiest way I found with this die, there's some, like, I don't know, they're leaves or what have you, but look for the most like dominant point, and then it'll be easy to know how to line it up. See, I got that on my first try. I look at these two over here that match these two over there. So you could also put, and I'll do this right now. You can also take your Sharpie pen and get this on here. You can always put a little dot here. That way you'll remember maybe a little bit easier that this goes on the right side. Okay, so if you have a problem lining up your dies on images, that might be a suggestion for you. So I'm going to try to do my best to get this one spot on. I think it looks good. I hope we're surprised in the new annual catalog that we have some magnetic plates for our embossing machines. It would be really nice. I know they had an issue with them and they had to take them off the market, but I'm lucky that I still have my magnetic plate from my other machine. It still works. So there, I did a pretty good job this time. Okay, so let's kind of close this up and we can finish assembling the card. What I wanted to show you, let's bring in the card one more time, is this is what I started with. And then I kind of just put these things on here. And then here, I die cut one of these shapes. Now, sometimes your dies, they have the holes in the cardstock just because left in there. All you need to do is just poke them out. Some of the foliage ones I do leave in there because it looks really nice. All right, so when I designed this, I kind of had this over here. And then I wanted this because I think this is really cool. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's got that like diamond. And then there's another one that's raised up in the middle. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's kind of cool. I had that there and then like, okay, I still have to get my sentiment on there, right? So I'm like, okay, I tried to put it over here and that didn't look good. So then I decided to put it over here, okay? Now, it kind of looks lost, right? It's just needs some dimension on it. And so what I did was I added some Stampin' Dimensionals, very easy to do. I use so many of these. I'm using my bits and pieces from my my classes from last week. I had back-to-back classes last week, so everyone gets everything in my class. It's all supplies included. So a lot of times I get little sheets of dimensionals like this, and they're basically need to be taken out and put a fresh one in. So I just use up all the scraps. Okay, so now you need to figure out, let me just put this on here, you might see it better. You just want to center it amongst that die cut there. And what I'm looking at basically is this side here and this side over here. And of course, we got too much Cajun craze over there, so we just got to slide it over a little bit more. Just a hint. Yep, you might say I'm a little picky, but that is Karen. Okay, so that looks like that. This needs some height. This, don't you think? This one needs some height. So we'll pop this one up as well. The stamps, or the die cuts do have this foliage here. It looks like this. I did not use it. One, because I thought it looked a little strange. Maybe I wasn't using the right color scheme, but it just didn't look like very good on this card. So I went with something a little different. All right, so then I kind of placed this here, kind of boring, right? But I really wanted to see that sunset, okay? So then I went to the vellum cardstock. Now, vellum cardstock is still in my envelope. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I know I already, oh, it's right here. So this tames down anything, right? So I'm going to add the vellum. We can still see through it, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see through that. So now I got to figure out where I need to put my adhesive, right? Because you can't put it in the middle because you're going to see it through. So what I did was I kind of placed these where I thought they would go. So in this corner over here, and then the sentiment is going to go up here. So I kind of know where they need to go. So all I did was I just took some Seal Plus and just put it opposite corners, right? And then it goes right on the center here. Okay. Oh gosh, got Fuzzy's hairs in there. Oh, that cat. I swear. I can cover it up, but it's going to be a little too high. Darn it. See, she's banned from my craft room. I'm done with her. All right, so I'll have to move this one up a little bit. I kind of like that vellum coming through, so that's not bad. Okay, so I thought we'd go opposite corners, right? And then I did not pop this one up because the sentiment is already popped up, and I thought that was good enough. So on this case, I'm going to use my liquid glue. And you don't need too much. You don't want it oozing out over the edge. And then I got to cover up that section up here. We don't want to see hers. Black hair. Okay. I liked how it's going over into that sunset area. Okay, and off the edge over here too of that vellum. While that's drying, because you need to let it dry, I'm going to take the strip of paper here in a white panel, and I'm just going to add that to the inside. Just if you're lucky and smart enough, like sometimes I am in this case, I want to extend this paper. So when somebody opens this card, they're going to see this one here because it's the same pattern, okay? So when I cut the paper, I have this extra strip. So I'm going to add it on this side. And then we'll just add some of that Seal Plus. And this is 1 inch by 3 3/4. All right, now I'll just add more of the Seal Plus here. You don't need a lot, okay? This is our really, really sticky adhesive. As you can see, I used like 2.5 inches of adhesive, and that's all I need. All right, so then this one goes here. And then, so now you can see, this is what it looks like when you have it shut and then it opens up. Okay, it's the same, it just comes off that paper. The last thing is I needed some embellishments. So I looked to the dragonflies because I haven't used those yet. They are super pretty. Let me just see if you can see those or not. They are very, very nice. They're a little bulky, so of course you'll have to put extra postage on them. But they work best, sticking best with glue dots. Now I already have some on here, and I added 2 to the wings. And then I'm just going to put this on wherever I see fit. Now this has got an area here that I needs to have something, so I'm just going to put this right over here. All right, and then we will add designer series paper to the back of the envelope, but I'm not doing that step with you today, just because I need to use this sparingly because I still need to write up my instructions for this class. All right, so that is one card, and here is the other one. Of course, just pretend we have a dragonfly over here. All right, so oh, wait. Wink of Stella, you guys. So I did add Wink of Stella, and I added it to like the veins in, there's these little like kind of separations of the leaves. So I just kind of highlighted it. Now, Cajun Craze you'll see it. It's kind of, the ink is kind of like getting pushed off because this is wet, okay? So just kind of remember that. You can also splatter your Wink Stella too. Let me do that. Just make sure there's some in the barrel, and then you just hit it with the, I just use the cap here. And then we'll add that back in. And then here's that fun card, all right? Let the fun begin, right? Okay, so that is the first one. Let me just see if there's any questions. If they're not, we're gonna move on to our second card, which is this one here. You are what sunshine feels like. Okay. All right. I think you can use it for the envelopes. I'm not sure what you mean on that, Teresa. Can you let me know? Because you commented on when I probably said something, and of course I didn't. I wasn't looking. Okay. All right. So there's no questions on these. So we'll move on to the second one, which looks like this. There's lots of layers in here. There's the card base, pool party, DSP, soft succulent, basic white, and your stamped flower. And then on the inside, super basic. Okay. Let me just see if Teresa, use it for the envelopes. Oh, the paper you don't like. Yes, you can. Great idea. Okay. Here's our kit for card number 2. In it, I have your basic white, which is 5 1/4 by 4. This is a piece of scrap that I will stamp on. And here's the die cut in basic white. I think my lighting is off. Like, I need to figure out my lighting on my new station here. Sorry about this if there's some little shading going on, but this is the first time I'm filming at this desk. So here's my soft succulent. Now this one I'm going to do differently because I want to see what it looks like. This is when you need your paper snips. Let me just go grab those. Where are they? Well, okay, got them. This is when your paper snips are going to come in handy. And there's, on the die cut here, there's a little piece of soft succulent here, right? I'm going to cut these off all the way around, and we're going to see what this one looks like with it cut out. So you're going to be really careful that you don't cut through all of it. But see that? It comes right out. And then you've got this really nice thick line. It's just an extra step that you'll have to do. But see, now you can see the white through that. Oh, some more fuzzy here. Okay, she must have gotten on my desk today. That's not very ladylike. You know, it might be easier. Let's use your pick tool so I can get under it. And then it's just a real, it's like 1/8 of an inch. Okay. All right, so that's 2. Looks like there's 2 on each side. So this will take a little bit of time to do this, but I think I'm gonna really like it. You might like it too. So I can't fast forward. It's live. So if this is a great time to go get a beverage or take a break, run to the bathroom, take a shower. I don't know. It's gonna take me a little while to do this, but I really want to try it. Okay, that one's done. It does really help to use this right here, so. Okay, some of you watching are my team. My mom's birthday's today. She's, how old is she? 41. 82. And of course, she has Alzheimer's and she has no idea it's her birthday. And she had another one of her episodes. This one happened this morning where she was unresponsive. She's definitely alive, but she's unresponsive. It's like this Alzheimer's like coma almost. And if any of you have experienced that with a loved one, let me know because we're trying to figure it out. This is our 4th episode. Usually it happens during the day, like the afternoon or late morning when she's sleeping on the couch. But this time, this morning, it happened. She didn't want to get out of bed. And nobody could wake her up. But she was still alive. She's still breathing. She's in this really deep, deep sleep. So I ended up calling rescue again. And, yeah, she ended up going to the hospital because her EKG that the rescue took wasn't 100%. So they my dad wanted to have her checked out. So everybody went. I stayed here because I'm too far away to go up on the spot. So of course I would have gone up if she was going to be admitted. Of course I would. But I wanted to play it out. So anyway, we kind of conferenced with she was awake at the hospital, but she just wasn't herself. So she had to have all these scans done, CAT scan, lung thing, lots of vital signs. Oh, a chest x-ray, everything. Well, come to find out, she's perfectly fine. Guess what happened? The nurses found out, of course, my sister said, oh, it's my mom's birthday. Great place to be on your birthday in the ED, right? Well, those nurses, they're so good. All of a sudden, they brought in cake, her favorite cake. I don't know how they knew it, but carrot cake. And also ice cream. And don't you know, that kind of took her spell away, and she was herself. So anyway, she's home now, which is good. But another scary episode. All right, so here we go with the paper. And I'm using liquid glue because I'm only have an 1/8 of an inch border, and it's easy to slide versus the seal. It takes a little bit longer to line up, but I like being able to have some edges that look good. Okay, so now again, we got to decide what way do we want that DSP, this way or this way. Knowing that it's pretty much going to be covered up by these 2 die cuts, right? But, you know, you might like certain areas. I don't know. I guess you don't really need to worry about this one unless it was directional. Okay, this one is layered right on top of the card base. So I got Pool Party. I don't know if I mentioned that underneath here. And again, it's my normal panel cut, which is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then followed by 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so that's the front. And then we got these 2 die cuts, the one that we just kind of surgically removed those pieces there. And then we've got this one here. I'm going to stamp on this one first. And let me find my stamp here. We're going to be using Soft Succulent ink. And I want to stamp now. I don't think I got my cling stickers on very good. So I'm just going to take a piece of scrap white here just to see if I need to rotate it any. No, I don't think so. All right, so I'm just going to stamp at the very top here, about 1/2 inch down from the top. Oh, dang it. Look at that crookedness. Oh, that is horrible. So, I am doing that again, you guys. I'm just going with a flying off the seat of my pants tonight. I don't like that, so I'm going to die cut another piece. And you guys can see me die cut as well. And let me grab some white. Now I would say turn it over and use it on the back side, but this is a die cut, so you can't do that. Well, you could, but you're going to have the rough sides showing, and it's not always the best. Hopefully I can stamp that. You know what? I'm going to stamp first. So that way, if I screw up, I get the other side. We'll see if I can do this, though. Okay, that's on there. While that's drying, I'm going to take that other flower stamp, and I need to clean it because it's got the Cajun craze on there. I'll just take my scrub real quick and get that cleaned up. And sometimes when you're using your scrub, you could still have ink on there. So I always like to stamp it a little bit because look, there's some remnants of some ink on there. So I don't want to contaminate my ink pad there. So let's stamp this one in mint macaron. And isn't that beautiful? Okay, we are all set with stamping, I believe. So now we will die cut. And hopefully I get this one spot on. All right, so I got number 1, number 2, and then I'm just gonna cut this down real quick because I want to save that. And remember what I said earlier with the die. All right, I put a little dot over there because I know it's now going to go on the right side. And now I just got to get this on here. It's like so quiet. Okay, I think my hands are shaking. Okay, let's get this in here really carefully. Yeah, I'm in the middle of changing some things around in my craft room, so you'll have to excuse me not having some washi tape here. Not bad. I got a pretty good die cut there. All right, then the next thing is we're going to take this one, this white, and let me line this up. I like to actually stamp my die cuts, but since my cling is a little bit off, I'm just going to die cut it afterwards. Okay. Sorry, I just moved the camera. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, what happened? Holy. Okay, there's something on here that made that look like a hot mess, but I'm going to still go with it. I'm going to go with this crooked one. All right, we're going to add some dimensionals to the back of this one here. And I would just recommend 3. Just create your triangle. Now this one is going to go on top of here, and that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to add it on. And let me find my seal. Again, just 1/2 inch like tick marks. This is Seal Plus, by the way. All right, so we'll just add this on here. And now we're going to pop this one up and put it on the card base itself. So let me just get these all cut up. Use the edge pieces. You're going to want 5. Uh-oh, my neighbor's coming home. He's got a loud car. You might hear him come into the hollow. We got 18 inches of snow at our house. Not yesterday, the day before. We already had like a foot of snow on the ground, so you can imagine like so much snow. We just want it to go away. I know it will. It's supposed to rain. So that'll just make everything more muddy. Okay, so here we go. This is what we're going to see. We're going to see what this looks like with those pieces cut out. So I'm just going to center this right on the card front. And before I check, I'm going to make sure, I forgot to check to see if I was opening up that the card was opening up correctly, and it is. Okay, the next step is very simple. We're going to add the flower. We're almost done, you guys. And this is going to go right here. So pretty. Okay, move it over just a little bit. And then we have our white. And I did have a piece of strip of that paper, but it's gone. So I'm just going to add this to the inside, and I'm going to stamp it actually. I'm going to be careful and stamp again with that big stamp, that big flower. It's so pretty. Like, I want to stamp over here, but I can't. But usually I would go off the edge, but I can't do that with this one. Ooh, isn't that beautiful? I hope I sold you on this stamp set and bundle, because I was kind of hesitant to use it and didn't know if my customers would use it or want to purchase it, but I think this turned out wonderful. And that is Card Club for this month. So hopefully they will enjoy this. And if they don't have the stamp set, the bundle, then it's okay. I do all the die cutting anyway. And they can just use a simple flower and a sentiment there. It doesn't really matter. They're going to get the white. They're going to get the soft succulent, the pool party and soft succulent, everything that comes here, except for the stamped images. We can't do that. Even going to get a container of the dragonflies. Aren't they cool? Okay, so let's just add some Wink of Stella and we will be all set. And I'll check and see if there's any questions. If you want information on my card club, you can go to my website, inspiredbygraham.com. And on the right side menu bar is an image that kind of looks like all these cards. And you just click on that and it's going to bring you right to the link. You can sign up for 1 month, and then after 1 month, you can cancel out on your PayPal account and be good. Or you can stick around for 6 consecutive months and you'll get a nice little reward from me. I send $25 worth of Stampin' Up! Products in your 6th month of Card Club. And then if you you can then it starts all over again. So I have some customers, honestly, that have like 4 or 5 rounds, maybe 6, because this is 3 years. So 2, 4, 6. They're going on 6. Okay, just splattered some of that Wink of Stella to make it look like the other one. And that is this one. This is my favorite. I don't know. I like all of them. So let's check them out again one more time. So here's these 2. And let me find the other ones somewhere here on my desk. Somewhere. And I got to look and see if there's any questions as well or suggestions. That was that one there. I don't know where they are. I know I put them over here. They're on my board, of course. I never took them off the board. All right, and then here are the other two. Let's go opposite because it's easier to fit them all on my desk and so that you can see them. Okay, soft succulent, Cajun craze, Cajun craze. How do you like them? Let me know. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything here for questions? Let's see. Oh, so they go. Oh, yeah, Deb, I didn't tell you, but I just, yeah, that's what I've been dealing with most of my day. So they go into really deep sleep and it's like they are unresponsive. When is she going to the nursing home? My dad said yes. And it's going to be a memory care facility. And hopefully with this episode, it will get her to the top of the list. So right now, the person I'm dealing with is on vacation until the 20th. So next week, the counselor from the hospital is going to try to push mom a little bit higher on the list so we can get her there. This is the fourth time and we can't have this happening. Like, we need to have her in a more secure place. All right, when we drove 19 hours straight from Florida 4 years ago because I thought my dad was dying. Got there in the nursing home and he was sitting up eating lunch and they said, "Where have you been?" Oh my gosh, crazy. I put wax paper over my white sometimes. Wax paper over my white. Oh, when you die cut. Interesting. I have never done that. I might try that. You got more snow than I did. I think I only got less than 6 inches. Good for you. It's probably almost all gone too, Claire. All right. Thank you, Anne. I wouldn't miss the snow at all. I'm a winter person. Yeah, I'm not either, but only if it's actually hasn't been a really bad winter. We've only had one day where it was below 0, and that doesn't usually happen. It's usually a good week. Okay. No other questions. So again, this is Card Club and Debbie Franklin, you're on here and I know you're coming to my retreat. I don't know who else is. So if you don't want to see the retreat cards, hopefully you do because I need your help to die cut. But here are the cards for my Saturday retreat. And it's a 2-day retreat, which if you didn't get any of the information, make sure you're on my email list because it's closed right now. So maybe in June, I'm going to have another retreat and also in September. And they're all in Vermont. And June is my favorite month because it is so green here. And then September is the beginning of fall foliage season. So it will be a fun time to be here. So these, I like this one so much. Non-traditional, and then we got our traditional lantern and our other traditional lantern. Okay, that is all I've got for you guys. Let's see. Gee, no pressure. Yeah, you need to come help me. All right, I'm going to sign off because I'm going to work on the instruction sheets for this card and watch a little TV and get caught up on Survivor. I didn't watch it the last night, so I need to catch up. Don't tell me who got voted off because I want it to be a surprise. Okay, you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Take care.